Hey Bob, hey, it's John Graham. Hey, when we last spoke, you agreed to send me these slides, and thank you, I got them. And I've already started the analysis. So when we last spoke, what I focused on was the idea that, let's see, I guess I'll show you the example that we had talked about was PO Soldier. So PO Soldier had done an analysis of, just like you, of their portfolio, and they had seen it as modernization, strategy, force protection, mobility, lethality, and mission command. And what they had done within that was ideas of, here I have these programs of record like family of weapon sights. Down here in the green they had technologies that fed those programs of records, and then over here they had the science science that fed the technology that fed the program of record. So using that framework, we'd come up with a visualization, which I think I'd spoken to you about, but I did the same thing against yours. So in your case, because I'm looking at kind of slightly different data, and I had to make some assumptions. I had to make some assumptions that we're going to consider things that you wrote here as programs of record for conversation purposes. We're going to consider for analysis purposes that these are the transition areas. These are the programs of record. Transition areas, and then down here these are the technologies that are going to feed these programs of record, and over here things like the unobtrusive sensor-based measurement is a science you're pursuing. And what I looked at is I assumed, and maybe incorrectly, but so be it, that these sciences, depending on where you put the line right here, fed across. So these sciences applied to generalized intelligence framework, technology, the technology of cognitive and affective state, and the technology of comprehensive individual team models. So, and then if I get down here, individualized autonomously created customized scenarios is a science that is designed to feed both the comprehensive individual team models and the discovery engines to model expert individual systems. And then of course these technologies are feeding these different programs of record that have these start and end dates up here. So I represented what you came up with in this relational software that it's called ORA. ORA comes from Carnegie Mellon. I just choose it because I know the software well. I could use a lot of tools, probably even Analyst Notebook would do the same thing. The difference being that ORA is a tool that is a free download, and it has a set of analytics underneath it, so I can do some discrete event simulation underneath it. Not doing that today, just doing the visualization today. So I took exactly what you said, create the relationships that we could see visually on that slide, and turn that into a visualization. The visualization of that data looks something like this, where I've got the technology, the science, the transition areas, programs of record, and they're related. How are they related? Well, this picture right here is going to make it a little bit difficult to see, so I'm going to reformat it in a way that you're already working the data. And I think I'll bring up this picture here. So this is a reformulation of your data with pictures. So here I'm looking at the transition areas were virtual, constructive, and live, as well as mission command and soldier. The programs of record that you had listed were automated scenario authorities, the integrated SIMs and operational equipment, the mobile part task training, and the mobile integrated training. The technologies that fed those are cognitive and affective, adaptive instruction, and well-defined. And then those, as we can see, are fed by sciences. So like when I pick out this technology, cognitive affective state models for teams, as a technology, you have it listed as something that will start in 2014, and that technology will finish its production in 2021, will come to fruition. And it's fed by mobile integrated training science, mobile part task training science, domain independent assessment science, prediction of cognitive affective state science, etc. So those are the green areas over here. So this view has gotten a popular with ASALT folks because it demonstrates the relationships and I can start seeing things very quickly by playing with them. I can actually see a science like predictive and cognitive affective states has an impact across multiple technologies, the green that it connects with, and then those feed multiple programs of record and fill in multiple areas. So to stop work in predictive of cognitive affective states as a science would have a detrimental effect across multiple areas. Whereas to stop work in mobile training, according to the data that I had and how I input it as a science, would only hurt one technology, the adaptive instruction, and that would hurt a single